Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring, and today is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your time, and I hope you're going to find this video helpful. I did have a nice, perfect return to value V2 on GameStop, GME, on the 5 minute. I don't usually trade GameStop, but I did notice that um, it was kind of in play today, and I actually just switched over to it, and it was just right time, the right place, and I said, I'm going to take this trade, and hopefully it works out because I think I'll share this on the podcast. But here we are, GameStop, GME on the 5 minute. I did enter here at 25.28. Okay, what was the setup? Well, one of the strategies that I use is called a return to value V1 or V2. And if you'd like to learn more about this strategy, just go to my YouTube channel in the lessons playlist. Just type in V1, V1 or V2s. I use them in all sorts of different trading, but this one is very specific. This one is very, very specific. And let me bring your attention to this top green line and this bottom green line. You can see the top just goes up here, the bottom goes here. Anywhere inside of the below the top green line and above the bottom green line is what I call the value zone. And generally, well, not generally, almost always, I want to buy in the value zone. I want to buy at value. I don't want to buy above value. I want to buy in value and sell above value, or if I'm doing like a deep dip buy, something like that, I want to buy below value and generally sell in value. What a lot of retail traders do is they chase price above the value zone, and then they usually get stopped out when it comes back into value zone. So rarely do I mess with anything. And when I say mess, I mean I don't buy above this value zone. I wait for it to at least come back into the value zone. Okay, so here we go. If you close above the green line, it means you closed above value. So we are above value here, not going to buy it. But a return to value, the first requirement is that you have to close above value. Did we do that? We sure did. The second requirement is that you have to then in the future come back into the value zone and close into the value zone. Did we do that here? Check, we did. Then I need a couple bars of stability. I need a couple bars that don't keep making lower and lower lows, because if it keeps going lower, there's no stability there. I want to make sure there's at least an equal amount of buyers and sellers for at least two bars. Well, here we go. So everything is set up to take a V1 or a V2. So just a real quick recap. Number one, we need to close above the value zone. Number two, in the future, we have to close back in the value zone. Number three, we have to have a couple bars of sideways motion. Do we have that? We do. Okay, so when all of those are in place, then I look for a V1 or a V2. This is a V2. What makes it a V2? We have bar 1, we have bar 2 that goes below the low of bar 1's low, and then bar 3 closes above bar 1's close. See how it makes this little V? This one was almost a V1. A V1 consists of two bars. You have bar 1, bar 2, bar 2 goes below bar 1's low and closes above bar 1's close. But this one didn't close above bar 1's close. So if that doesn't happen, then you wait one more bar for a V2. All right, so we close above the value zone, we come into the value zone, we have sideways motion, and we have a V2. And on top of that, and I've mentioned this before, I just haven't had time to make this video, from Dr. Alexander Elder, his impulse system, the bar went from red immediately to green. That's very strong when it does that. Most of the time you go from red to blue, but if you go from red to green, and I'll explain it in the video that I'm going to put out in the future, but that's also a very big positive addition to the trade. So I got long here at 25.28. Now, when I take a V1 or a V2, my end of bar stop is simply a close below halfway of the washout bar. This is the washout bar. It's called the washout bar because it went below bar one's low. I put that a little bit wrong there. It should be a little bit more like this. Okay, so if I got a close below halfway of this washout bar, I'd simply be out of the trade. That's it. My second stop is an emergency stop, which is exactly 2 ATRs below my entry. So my entry's here, 25.28. I think the 2 ATR value was 75 cents. 75 cents below. So if I buy here and then the next bar immediately just goes down to my 2 ATR emergency stop, I'm out. That's all there is to it. Or if the next bar came down and closed below halfway of this washout bar, that would also get me out of the trade. Okay, being that my emergency stop is 2 ATRs below my entry, I want to have an asymmetrical risk to reward ratio at least 2 to 1. So my maximum allowed loss is 2 ATRs. I want to double that for my profit target. So I take my entry price, add the value of 4 ATRs up here for my profit. All right. So one of 4 things is going to happen. 1, going to close below halfway the washout bar. I'm going to get out hopefully for a small loss. 2, it's going to hit my emergency stop. I'm out immediately as soon as it hits that. 3, it's going to reach my 4 ATR profit target. Or 4, it's not going to reach any of them, and maybe it's going to be a small loss or a small gain by the end of the day. But this one was a really nice, easy trade, and these return to values, V1s or V2s, they make so much sense because you're in an uptrend here. Yes, you're going to have a pullback. What do you do in pullbacks? You buy the dips. And this return to value sideways motion V2, and this was a great trade. I mean, this was in 5, 10, in 15 minutes. This went up almost 6%, 5.97%. So one of my favorite approaches. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Really helps to build the channel, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. If you'd like to learn more about my trading and my trading strategies, please join me each Saturday on YouTube. I have a weekend review podcast where I go over all of my daily and weekly swing trades. We talk about when I entered the trade, why I entered the trade, what were the strategies, what were the combinations of signals, and then how I manage the trade going forward. And then after that, I go through the trades that I'm looking for in the coming week, both on the daily and the weekly time frames. And those are daily and weekly swing trades, although these little videos I do at night are just intraday trades. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. I appreciate you coming and investing the time. And tomorrow's big day, FMOC. I hope you had a really good trading day today. Really big up. So good for the bulls. But thanks a lot for coming, everyone. And hopefully we'll speak with you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.